devil got a cold trick. Like if you ain't talked to God in a while, he'll make you think you shouldn't talk to him because you ain't talked to him in a while. That's a trick. God know what you're going through. I try not to be jaded, because I'm blessed. God done brought me a long time. Well, don't wait. But I remember when 20,000 would have been everything to me. It would have changed my whole, $1,000 would have moved the needle for me, man. You understand? And I have to remember that. It's been a long time, but you get blessed, God take you someplace, but always try to remember, man. Like people talk to me all the time, say, man, I was looking on TV, you was crying the other day. Yo, dog, see, you just see this part. You ain't see the trip I've been on. And a lot of times when I'm telling people about the trip, I'm remembering the journey. You don't know. You don't know the days, man, I was getting ran off people's property for fishing, trying to eat because I was homeless. You ain't see none of that. You ain't see times I got arrested. So when I got here and I be telling people a story, I be playing back that in my mind while I'm talking. That make me cry sometimes because I can't believe what God done for me, man. I just flat out can't believe it. And that's why I tell people about God, because if God can save me, I bet he can save you. Because you have no idea what I used to have to do just to survive. That's why I don't get mad at people, man, when I see people out here doing stuff that's kind of off-center. Because you don't know what a person going through. You don't know. But if you're going through something, man, you got to keep the faith. God is always right there. When you ever get the feeling God ain't with you, you know why that is? Because you ain't with him. He available all the time. Just got to keep that relationship. Even if you slip away, the devil got a cold trick. Like if you ain't talked to God in a while, he'll make you think you shouldn't talk to him because you ain't talked to him in a while. That's a trick. God know what you're going through. You done been away for a while, just turn around and start talking. You ain't got to know how to pray, just talk to him. But you got to get some type of system going with him, that's all. Like I say, I ain't that good a Christian, Like I'm not trying to convert you, but I am trying to hip you to it. If you don't have the answers, he do. I bet you he do. You're sitting up in here looking at me, but y'all think about this for a minute. Why am I saying this at this particular time, and why are you sitting here hearing it? Could it be that he put you in the right place at a particular time to hear just something? You done probably heard it before, but sometimes it's got to click at the right moment. Somebody needs this to just click for you. You just one prayer away, just a couple of steps. I want to get my phone out here, I'm going to show you something. So you think I'm talking? I live this here. God ain't got nothing else. And watch, I'm going to show you what's on my phone, and I'm going to watch what happens. Gratitude is one of the most overlooked and key principles to your success. If your goal is to be a millionaire and you start out making $20,000 a year and then God gets you to 50, but you mad because you ain't a millionaire. But hold up, man. Do you not remember that just a minute ago you didn't have but 20? So you got to show gratitude for the 50. Then somehow, by the grace of God, you get to 150. It's people making 150 who used to be dead broke, mad because they not a millionaire. Hold up, partner. Do you remember when you was just making the 50? Now you done triple that, and you got to understand that there's joy in the journey. So if you don't show the proper amount of gratitude, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be content. And after a while, man, God going to get tired of you. It's like if somebody come over your house and borrow a cup of sugar every day. Every day somebody come to your house and ask you for a cup of sugar. And you give it to them and they walk away and don't ever say thank you. How many times can this cat come to your house and get this sugar without saying thank you to you before you as a human being go, yo, my man, you come here every day and I give you this cup of sugar. You ain't said thank you one time. Don't come by here no more. But through God's grace and mercy, he allowed us to keep coming back. But suppose you were grateful though. Maybe one time you go to God and ask for another 150 and he give you 500 because you didn't show gratitude. Maybe sometimes when the guy that kept coming by your house asking for the cup of sugar, if he would show gratitude, maybe you go, hey man, here go a 5-pound sack of sugar. That way you ain't got to come back tomorrow. But if you never show the gratitude, you never become the recipient of the grace. And the grace is what you need on top of that helps you get to the next level and take you place. My wife asked me the other day, because I just turned 65, right? And I was talking to my wife and I said, baby, I was just kind of got a little throwed off a little bit, because even I'm human, you know, I got a little throwed off. I said, baby, I just turned 65 and I really was wanting a little bit more to be popped off by now. She said, wait a minute, hold up, Steve. Wait a minute, hold up. She said, wait a minute, let me ask you something. When you was 30, where did you see yourself at 65? I said, well, I ain't see this. She said, exactly. She said, so you can want all you want, but you need to go outside and just drive around and go get in some of your cars and see how you fly and just take a look around, and now I think you'll be all right. And I went on to sit down. Yeah, go sit down. If you just understood the principles of success, you could be successful. It don't matter what. Anybody can be successful. You just gotta adhere to a few things. And what you got to adhere to is not hard. The hard part is believing that it's applicable to you. But everybody is designed to be successful. You just got to get out your way sometime. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is just what goes on in here. That's the difference. It's not that successful people are smarter than you or anything. And I'm not saying none of you aren't successful. I'm just using it as an example. I'm just talking in generalities. Look, just have to change the way you think. The Bible says a man is as he thinketh. So if you think poor, I have news for you. You can be nothing but poor. If you think negative thoughts, you'll be nothing but negative. But whatever comes out of here, whatever you project out of here comes back. That's how it works. Don't you think for one moment that it works any other way. Give you an example. You go home and you got a remote control. You pick up your remote control when you go home and you press the on button and you point it at your TV. What do you expect to happen? You expect TV to come on. That TV come on all the time, don't it? If HBO is channel 420 and you press 420 and you hit select, what do you expect your TV to do? You expect HBO to come on. And guess what? Without really thinking about it, you know that's the channel, you press select, HBO comes on your TV. Your remote control was designed the way your mind works. Your mind was designed in the image of God. God said, let there be light. He didn't just light it up. He pretty powerful dude. He could have just lit it up, but he was teaching us a lesson. He said, let there be light. Then it was light. He was teaching us in the very beginning that what you say is what is. So now, if they created this remote off your mind, everything you project from here is what you're going to get back. It's the law of attraction. It don't matter if you believe it or not. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. It don't matter if you adhere to it. I don't believe in that. It don't matter. It's just the way it is. You have people all the time, ain't no God. Because you say that, you think I'm finna go with that ignorant mess you just said. It ain't no God. No, dog. Just because you said it wasn't no God, don't make that true. You got a bunch of people that got together talking about there ain't no God. Quit listening to them. It is a God. It really does work. If you're a woman and you say all men are dogs, guess what? You finna meet all of them. You finna meet all of them. You're gonna prove yourself to be right. If you say, man, I really feel great today, guess what? That's how you feel. You can wake up on the wrong side of the bed and change it by just changing what you say. I hate when I hear people say, I'm not a morning person. I hate that, man. I'm not a morning person. Wait a minute. The goal is to wake up. What are you talking about? It's going to be morning tomorrow. Don't be in. Why would you shoot down the blessing? The blessing is to wake up. Now you wake up and say, I'm not a morning person. How stupid is this? You got to change. You change your attitude, you change your altitude. It's your mental capacity that gets you. We are all where we thought ourselves to be. I just been talking to God for a long time about this. But let me tell you something I know for sure. If you want to be successful or happy in this life, you got to have God in your life. You have to include God in your life. Now listen to this. I'm a perfect example of this fact. You ain't got to be perfect to have God in your life, because you're not perfect no way. You quit going down to these churches preaching perfection, because there ain't none. I get so amazed at people who come see me, and then I had this one lady sitting up in the audience just with her arms full. I said, ma'am, you're not having a good time? She said, as a matter of fact, I'm not. I said, what's wrong? She said, I'm really disappointed in you. I said, you really? I said, how so? She said, I thought you were a Christian. I said, I am a Christian. She said, but I've heard you use profanity several times. Okay, I'm a cussing Christian. I don't understand how that stops me from being a Christian. I have flaws because I'm a human. Because you might not cuss, but you do something. So, okay, so what? You don't cuss. You do something. Because there's none perfect, no, not one. So while I'm sitting up here fronting and faking like I'm this perfect dude so I can say I'm a Christian, when all them Christians, ain't nobody perfect. You can't be perfect, man, but you can have a relationship with God. You can sit up and fake the funk if you want to and say you're perfect, but you're not. You're not. Everybody in this room is broken. All us is broken. That's what you need God for, because we all broken. Everybody, I don't care who you are. And it ain't no you more broken than somebody else. You broken. What difference do it make? Somebody told me one time, if it's 3 people on a boat and a person dive off the boat to swim to shore, and he get 100 yards away from the boat and he drowned and sink, then the next person dive in the water and he get 500 yards off the boat, but he drowned and sink. And the last man get off the boat and he dive in the water and he gets 6 feet away from shore and he drowned and he died. Who the better swimmer? Who the better swimmer? Y'all all drown. I don't care how far you go. You can sit up here, man. You can keep talking this perfection thing as you want. You get as close as you want. We all gonna come short when it comes to perfection. Look, form a relationship with God just the way you are. God take you just the way you are. Matter of fact, God shape you up just like he needs. See, he take dudes like me. He take old hoodlum dudes. And he, like you hear people, they say they got saved and they got washed white as snow. You hear people say that. I ain't get that version. I just got rinsed off. When I looked up and got saved, I still had dirt on me. Now, if you got the whitest snow version, congratulations. But that ain't really how it go. God take people like me. I'm an imperfect soldier for Christ. And he allows me to say some things on his behalf. And you may not like the way I say it. You might not like my method. But I'm just telling you the truth, that you can be an imperfect person and have a relationship with God. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You ain't got to believe that. Because once again, I'm not in the soul conversion business. If you want to go to hell, bye. This is none of my business. But if you're struggling and you're looking for a way out and you lost a little bit, I'm telling you that God is in the forgiving business, that God is in the get your life together business, that God is in the make your dream come true business, that God is in the accept you as you are business. You can't fix yourself. If you could fix yourself, wouldn't you have done it by now? You can't fix yourself, but he can. God took somebody like me and turned me into something. And I'm telling you right now, I have no business even being here. If it wasn't for God's grace, I can't even explain my career to nobody. I can't even, somebody asked me, they ask me all the time, how you get all these TV shows? I can tell you flat out, I have no idea. Because all I asked for was one. I'm telling you the truth, I just wanted one. You know how hard it is to get one show in Hollywood? Come out here and try to get a TV show. You know how hard that is? I got 8. You know what that is? That's called grace. That's God's unmerited favor. That's because, man, if you ask God for something, he'll do exceedingly abundantly over all you think or ask. And all you got to do is honor him. So I'm standing here honoring him. And the reason I'm standing here, because when I was homeless and I had nothing, I told God, if you let me make it, when I get there, I'm going to tell everybody about you. So I'm telling you about him. You ain't got to believe me, but I'm holding up my end of the deal. I appreciate y'all coming. I don't try to knock people down, but I try to get people to think about the reality of it. It's the difference between your gift and your passion. Talent is one thing, gifted is another thing. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yes, you can.
But make sure that whatever you're pursuing is what you're gifted at. Don't worry about what you're passionate at. It's if you're gifted. A lot of people pursue passions and ignore their God-given gift. That's a mistake. The Bible says your gift will make room for you. It doesn't say nothing about your passion. The Bible never mentions education. It mentions your faith, your gift, and your work ethic. That's how you get over in life. You know how many people got degrees ain't working? That ain't the key. So if you're going to pursue it, you have to make sure that you're gifted at it. And that it's just not, well, I'm going to go do this. Like people kill me. Steve, I'm going to be what you are. I'm going to be a comedian. No, you're not. No, you're not. I just stop people right away. Because if you were, you would be. Because this is not something you can go to school for. You can take acting lessons, piano lessons, dancing lessons, bungee jumping lessons. You can learn how to fly a plane. You can learn how to fix teeth. You can learn how to paint. You can take drumming lessons. You can take piano. You can learn how to work one of these cameras. Your ass can't go to school and take a class, and when you get finished, you funny. You born this way. So when people come to me and tell me, I'm going to be what you are, no, sorry. And you can't take no class for this either. At nothing I can tell you, when you turn that corner, you can come out here and make this work. Writing all these jokes. Ain't no school for that. You have to be born that way. So I'm referring to a gift. You can become an actress at 60, but where though? You can get in church play. You can be Mary. But even Mary had to be a little bit younger though. You might have to be one of the wise women or something. You know. I'm just saying, just pursue your gift. Make sure you're not pursuing your past. I don't try to knock people down, but I try to get people to think about the reality of it. It's the difference between your gift and your passion. Talent is one thing, gifted is another thing. I'm a talented athlete. I ain't gifted at I can play basketball, play football. I know how to swing golf club. I can play a little bit of tennis. I can play, I can do a flip. But I ain't no gymnastics. But I can do a flip, though. I can flip. It ain't gonna get no points. And if I flip now, we'll have to cancel the rest of the season. I mean, look, man, God gave me a life I never even really dreamed of. He gave me even beyond what I dreamed of. I mean, you think about it. The money they pay me is to wake up, I either play music or I tell jokes. I either play music or I tell jokes. I entertain people for a living. They give me money. That's a blessing, man. See, when I wake up, I don't have to go to work. I get to go to work. See, that's the difference, man. Some people have to go to work. I get to go to work. I don't have to. I was doing this for years for no money. But through grace and mercy, he just kept blessing me. And then, I got other things I want to accomplish, I'm not through. I've been at this a long time, man. Like, I'm thinking about the end, But all I want to do now is make enough money to change kids' lives. My foundation is the most important thing. I'm going to do some stuff over here in Ghana, Botswana, and Joburg. Those are 3 cities I'm targeting for my foundation to come and change. So that's what it is now. That's motivation. And then, I'm a trailblazer, man. I got to show other people how to do it. My job now is to show y'all how I did it. That's why I talk all the time about motivation. I talk more about motivation now than I do comedy. Because, your career is what you paid for. Your calling is what you made for. So I'm in the calling part of my life now. You know, I have to, like when you ask me a question, see, I can't just, like if I tell you you got to write it down, I'm telling you how to make it. You have to do this. Now you can try to do it if you could try to not do it. It's gonna be hard though. But so I always try to give people little pieces of wisdom, because you're young, you know, everybody in this room, you want to be happy and you want to be successful. Everybody in here wants to be happy and successful. If you don't want to be happy and successful, there's something wrong with you. Most people want to be happy and successful. You just need the key, the how-to. That's my job, is to show you how to. Like if I give you one scripture that can change your life, and I tell you Habakkuk 2:2, and then you don't follow that, that's not my fault. So now you know that you have to write it down. Like if you look at my iPhone has my vision board on it. I ain't got no picture of no dog or my wife on my phone. My wife is at my house. My wife she's somewhere, she's in Rwanda right now. Because I put stuff that I dream about on my iPhone. My vision is on. So every time my phone rings, I look at it. I think of my visions and dreams. Every time I pick up that phone, I should pick up that phone to make one of them dreams come true. When I open up my laptop, the same thing on the laptop. So every time I'm texting or email, I'm trying to make a dream come true. I don't have time for nonsense. You know, like like what they say about me in the blogs. It don't matter what they say. They don't know me. They don't even know me. They never met me. They say negative stuff about me. It don't mean nothing. Look at me. What do I care what they say? God keeps blessing me. It don't matter what you say. You got to know who you are and whose you are. That's all you need to know. I know who I am and I know who I belong to. And that God of mine ain't gonna let nothing happen to me that I can't handle.